Okay, you wonderful people, here we go again. This is a new one from a fresh batch. This is part 95. Build your own Batmobile Tumbler. Holy guacamole. Part 95. Fresh batch. Fresh delivery. Fresh times. So, yeah, this is going to be quite intensive in the amount of stuff that we've got to do, but at the end of it, we'll get one step closer. So, yeah, there's all these instructions to follow. Look at that. And then you sort of nearly at the end of that stage, you'll be there, but it's not quite completed. I think it will continue into the next week's magazine. In the next week's magazine, you'll be working on the left panels and cylinders. So let's have a look at the parts we get with this magazine. Box 95. We'll keep this box because we're not going to use these two parts in this one, but they are plastic covers, and you've got an assortment of screws: XP, CM, VM, AP, AAM and IM. So let's just crack on with the build. Okay, so we need to bring this part in, and we identify these sets of lights. So you need number 9 and number 8. So all we've got to do is they have to fit in to these holes. So I'm going to, they don't really fit in very well. Just at a quick look, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue, which is tacky glue that I've watered down. We'll put some of that in the one hole. And that stuff dries clear. Set up the other one as well. So this one's, like I said, is going to be quite an intensive part of the build. So pop the one in there. Make sure they're in securely. And then we repeat for the other side. Just hang the cables over the top. Like that. So, yeah. We'll get on to the next stage. Okay, so we need to bring this part back into play. It might look slightly different to yours because I've added some paintworks to this one. And we need to flip this over carefully. So we need it in that orientation there. Then we've got all the battery box and all the circuit boards and everything. We need to take the batteries out. All this jungle of mess has to be attached and look decent. So with these black cables to the front, that needs to be secured down with some EP screws. This gets secured with some EP screws. The switch gets secured with some EP screws down here. So I'll do this off camera and I'll be right back once we get that sorted. So with the wonders of editing, we get to this stage. We need to bring in the wheel section, which I'll move this off to one side. So the wheel section's like that. Carefully bring this in. So we need to connect all these cables up. And then we have to flip this all over. And it says to tape these up. Don't think I will, but we'll see if we need to. That step seems a bit silly. So we need to then bring all this together. Yeah, and we get to that stage, so we need to flip the whole thing over. And it says to add some more tape onto the speaker. We need to secure the floor with some XP screws. One goes in here, and one goes behind. Another 4 to put in. One goes in here and one in here, and then 2 on the other side. So that's us all in position. And while we've got it on its back side, we need to put some CM screws into the front. So we've only got 2 of these. One in here. And one on the other side. So after we've done that, we move over. We've got 2 screw holes, one there and one there. And this is an IM screw that we're going to be using for those 2. And onto the other side. So that's those 2. And then we go back to the old EP screws, and just next to the light fittings there's a hole, so we need 2 of those in. That just brings that this console bit forward a bit, because there was a gap and I was getting a little bit worried about it. But so yeah, that's us up to that stage. Then we bring in the old center console, and this one I've painted up a bit. That one just fits over there like so. And then we need to flip it over and pop some EP screws into it. So there's 4 of those. There's pretty much all the EP screws gone now. And now we need to bring on another part. This is the part we're going to be using. So we need to flip it over again. So we need to connect 13, 14 and 19 in their respective connectors. So you then secure 13, 14 and 19 down with some tape to the back floor. And then we've got to attach this with some A and M screws. So yeah, that's where we're up to next. So the next stage, it says to set the LEDs with some more adhesive tape. So yeah, that's what that sort of looks like with the tape over the LEDs. And we just move this out of the way for a second. So we need to gather all the cables together. So we need to get them all so they're all out of the way basically. Okay, so this bit we need to move. Okay, so we've put this into place and we need to connect up 21, 22 to these two cables. So yeah, that's those two connected. Need to do 35, 36 and 37, which should be a little bit easier. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're going to leave it for today. Hope you enjoyed that one. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one.